In 2007, Grand Victoria Foundation surveyed Illinois' land conservation practitioners, seeking their opinions about the status of land conservation in Illinois. What Grand Victoria heard was Illinois' landscape and associated wildlife populations are fragmented, that the statewide system of land conservation lacks coordination, and Illinois' land conservation work, both public and private, is isolated from the general public. Grand Victoria responded, asking practitioners what was needed to do conservation better. They responded saying they needed a unifying habitat and species protection plan, a cohesive statewide land trust network, funding for not just acquisition, but restoration and maintenance too, and they need access to just-in-time funding. Following the process of surveying Illinois' land protection community, Grand Victoria's Board of Directors made a decision. Actually, they made a multi-year commitment to help protect Illinois' extraordinary places. And their commitment was designed within this framework. If we provide the infrastructure and support to the network, and if we provide funding for acquisition, restoration, and stewardship, we'll achieve greater and better conservation. To that end, in 2008, Grand Victoria invited land conservation practitioners and supportive networks to the first of 8 two-day summits to develop and advance a strategic approach to conserving land, to cultivate relationships, share ideas, identify actions, and to create a vision. And in response to that first summit came the advent of working groups, post-summit worker bees, and pre-summit planners, connectors between summits, providing support toward a more cohesive network. They became action groups and ad hoc groups, anchors and weavers, and they became network architects. In 2009, the first working group refined the criteria for Grand Victoria-funded land acquisition projects. The Vital Lands Illinois grant programs led to 32 acquisitions, protecting more than 6,600 acres and leveraging more than $36 million in Grand Victoria and partner capital. And with an enhanced funding mechanism in place, the network shifted its energy and worked together to create a network vision, an interconnected system of land and water of sufficient scale and ecological health to allow habitat, wildlife, and people to thrive. To advance that vision, we recognized that we needed to be strategic. We needed to frame our vision and work to create the conditions necessary to achieve our vision. We identified Illinois' Wildlife Action Plan as the framework for becoming our unified protection plan, giving us the ability to make local connections through regional campaigns and conservation opportunity areas. And while the network was churning, we kept working. We continued developing formal and informal partnerships, working in both regional and local landscapes. We've made protection advancements in places like the Mississippi Bluffs and the Kishwaukee River, and in the reaches of the Middle Illinois and Upper Mississippi. Our network's land protection advancements continue. Along with our shared vision, an urban, suburban, and rural landscape protection, where multiple partners work to rebuild the once industrialized Lake Calumet, and Kankakee Sands, where our work continues to heal the land, where once rare plants and animals reemerge on today's landscape. Because of and through our networks, we are making a difference. We are bringing back what once was on the Grand Prairie, and we dream of what will become at a place called Hackmatack. We are making a difference in these iconic places, and we are telling our stories. All these things, all the work we've done, brings us to today, as we redesign our network's focus. As we move from connection to alignment and production, it is time to dive deeper. Over the next 2 days, we will explore new and innovative ways to fund the work we do, to seek new sources to pay for restoration and stewardship, because we believe in the importance of protecting these lands. We believe in the importance of defending our easements, and we believe in making these lands untouchable from future development. Over the next 2 days, we will consider ways to frame and advocate for public policies that incentivize and support high-impact conservation, policies that align with our vision. And over the next 2 days, we will continue to focus on how best to coordinate our efforts, how to best maximize our results, and how to best realize our vision, because we are now less fragmented, because we are now better coordinated. Because, like ancient cathedrals, impossible to build in 1, 2, or even 3 generations, we too are building something that's lasting, something that will stand the test of time, something that cannot be done or undone by one person or one organization, because we are building something that can only be accomplished by working together within a network of believers. On behalf of the Network Architects, we welcome you to the 2016 Vital Lands Illinois Summit.